Hi, I'm Olivier Pierfederici, and I am here to present to the faithful followers of SOG Close Combat the 5th volume of the collection, entitled How to Be Your Own Bodyguard. I take this opportunity to introduce you to my right, Gerardo Burchi, from Florence, Italy, and Enzo Lupo, from Savigliano, in the province of Cuneo, Italy. This DVD will be somewhat more oriented to the civil version, focusing more on the street, with a direct and effective work so that all of you can appreciate the techniques. Thank you. Let's start with a small warming which is characteristic of the SOG Close Combat.
Cambio 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, ginocchi, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, dita en Aquiles, 3, 4, 4. Ok, caduta. Guardia passiva. Guardia! Caduta davanti! Guardia! Mette indietro! Guardia!
Now, as a refresher and for those who don't know us, we will review the work of triangulation. This is an essential concept in SOG. We mainly work against 3 types of attack: the direct punch from the right and from the left, an open crochet from right and left kick. We start from the position of active guard in this way. You hit on his elbow joint, and we exit at 11. Initially, the enemy is at 12 and we are at 6. We exit at 11, trying to hit with something hard like our bone against his joint. Always looking to the front.
Dritto. Sinistro.
Now against a hook attack. It is an open street type hook, not boxing. We always hold forward. Its attack is a defense. Here we must lock his arm near the wrist and not in the middle, as many people do. If the adversary stretches his arm, he can hit you. We always press forward. Now let's see how to deal against a kick. We move and we leave his kick going this way. That was all, thank you. For the first technique, which I call screw blow, we use what we have first at hand. In this case, a case file. It can be a briefcase or any other object. On the street, always try to walk on the side of the walls. They are our ally, and we can push the enemy against the wall or prevent them from surrounding us. Let's pretend that I walk down the street near the wall, and we find two enemies. That is why we work 360 degrees in SOG. Now you will see why. First, we will do it slowly and then at real speed. I go walking and the enemy is approaching. I surprise him throwing the briefcase. Double kick to genitals and child-in kick to his knee. Now I face the other assailant. It is very important to raise our guard and visually control the environment. Now let's repeat it, at real speed. We are going to repeat the technique slowly, so that you can properly appreciate it at a technical level. The enemy appears and I use the object I have at hand. This is one of the concepts of SOG. I throw it to his face, and immediately, two kicks to the genitals, 1 and 2. Child-in kick to the knee to take him down, and I move to face the next opponent. I could throw a kick. In the second technique, we will simulate we are getting out of our car or house, and the enemy appears at a very short distance. I am here, I get out of my car, and the enemy appears. I hit him like this with my hands as close to his face as possible, a lash-type blow on his eyes. I link with a forearm blow to his carotid artery. Grab by the neck, hit with my knee twice, pull him forward, and kick or sweep to take him down. Now I raise my guard to face the next opponent. We must always be alert and keep peripheral control. For the third technique, always in short distance, we will use a typical blow in SOG, close combat system, the chin jab. It is a technique created in the Second World War by Major Firearms. This technique includes 3 actions: hit the chin, prick the eyes with the fingers, and act on the neck. It is very hard technique, but it is very useful for small altercations and for women. Let's pretend that I get out of my house or my car, and the enemy appears. Something we do a lot in SOG is working distances. Remember, in long distance we use kicks. We avoid medium distance or punches, especially when we are facing a very tall or strong guy. We quickly search the contact at short distance, not to enter as in judo, but to take down. Let's see it in slow motion. I go out through the door and the enemy appears. Don't forget triangulation. I move and I hit simultaneously. Chin jab, knee blow, and I will destabilize and project my adversary. I end with a blow and I face the next danger. Blow, blow, and I run away. We repeat it at real speed. Next technique. We are in the same situation. We try to simplify the sense so that the students learn faster. We went through the door and now we will use what I call basket. It is a very fast technique. It is not lethal but very painful. Let's repeat it slowly. I am here. Our first blow hits under his nose. We put our hand like this to hit. We put the other hand on his forehead and we push to take him down. I end and I prepare to face the next opponent. We are going to repeat it fast. Let's see a detail of the previous technique. We are in this position and we hit strong under his nose. This line on his face has some vital points. It is not really a blow but a push. We take the other hand to his forehead and we push to make him fall backwards. We don't push him very far, because he must fall as quickly as possible to the ground. This will be the movement. The next technique works when we are pushed against a wall. Don't forget that the wall is our ally. In this case, we have a long distance, and therefore I can use artillery, kicks. Let's see the Chilean kick. We will see it slowly. The opponent pushes me. With my arm I cushion the blow to the wall, and I throw a kick to his knee while I raise my hands on guard. Advance, grab, and knee blows. The knee blow must be closed. We don't open the leg like this to avoid being taken down. 1, 2, and neck torsion. Another option is a Chilean kick, and we push the adversary against the wall. When the other adversary arrives, control, guard, kick, and we go away. If we have a support weapon, we draw it out. It can be a knife, a telescopic cane, or if I were a member of law enforcement, my gun. Let's repeat it fast. Now it is a classic situation on the street. I am grabbed by the lapel and pushed against the wall. Once I am on the wall, the first thing is to protect myself. Beware of any possible head and knee blow. Against his grip, I catch his hand and I throw a chin jab and a knee blow. It is not always necessary to attack with the knee on his genitals. We can beat his femoral area on the quadriceps. Again, I catch his hand, chin jab, 2 knee blows, I catch and push him on the wall. There comes the second opponent. I face him the same way and I escape. Now faster. Let's look at the technical details. I block his foot to get more strength and push him on the wall, with the possibility of breaking his ligaments. From here I beat. I block diagonally his leg in his way, to push him against the wall. Now I run away, always keeping the guard position. Let's see now a second option. Instead of blocking his leg, we are going to do sweep. Sweeps in SOG are similar to those of pensaxilat. They are performed in hook, not like in traditional deashi with the outside part of the foot. The sweep is done like this, in hook. Let's see it slowly. We must protect ourselves. In situations like this, the danger is at the beginning, when he throws a head or a knee blow. 1, 2, preparing well our knee blow, Chilean kick, and projection against the wall. I can kick his joints and prepare myself for the next attacker. Immediately I run away from the combat area. Let's repeat it faster. In the next technique, we are grabbed by the hair. Let's imagine that I have long hair. We will do a control of the adversary on the ground, but as it is usual in SOG, we will keep our hands free to be ready to deal with the next attacker. The adversary grabs my hair. I grab and block his hand against my forehead. Kick to his genitals or to his knee, and I took him to the ground. Once on the ground, I control his shoulder with my legs and I keep my hands free in case I need to defend myself again. If I am attacked at the back, I just turn this way. I draw my weapon if I am a member of law enforcement. We are going to repeat it on the other side. As always, he grabs me and I grab him. I pull towards me, kick to the knee or the genitals. I turn and I hit the joint of his elbow to get him to the ground. Control. Control again. Observe. I have my hands free. I control his shoulder with my legs. Now same defense against grabbing by the hair, but this time I am grabbed in the back. The concept of the technique is the same. Once I feel his hand, I grab it with both hands and I pull forward. I turn, putting pressure on his joints. Kick down, and when the second attacker comes, I am already on guard to fight. We are going to repeat it fast. We go on with the program. We will see an attempt of strangulation on the back and we will make a SOG projection. We are walking and we feel the pressure of a grip behind us. We must react quickly to avoid falling back. How do we act? We lower our center of gravity. We grab his arm and we put our leg up like this to let us fall on the knee and push the attacker forward. Now we hit. The second attacker comes and as I don't have time to stand up, I defend from the ground. I throw kicks and I try to get up as fast as possible. Now let's briefly show a ground technique to run away quickly. The groundwork is SOG is not like in Jiu-Jitsu. We try to be very quick. The enemy is on me in the mounted position. We must react quickly. He hits me from above and it is not an easy situation. As we do standing, we cover ourselves in the guard position trying to divert his punches. With my left foot, I try to block his right leg this way. I grab his neck up and with the other hand down, and I project him above me. Now I hit him and push him. There comes the second attacker, and as I can't stamp, I defend with kicks from the ground. When I have a chance, I quickly get up, and I always keep the peripheral control of the area. We are going to repeat it quickly.
Donc le gars est sur moi, il frappe, je bloque, et ça.
Let's see a variant. In SOG, we always use a weapon we call backup. In the civil case, it will be a knife, or a pen knife like this that we all can carry. We can use it to prick and also to hit with the handle. It is something that can save our life. He is on me. I block, and if I can, I draw my weapon to hit him. Hit him on points of his arm, his leg, his neck, his torso. I push him on the side. I defend myself from the other attacker with kicks and blows with my weapon. I push him and I get up quickly. We must always have some object like this to beat. In this case, it is a blade weapon. It may be illegal, but it is about our life. You'd better be judged by 12 people than carried by 6 in a coffin. As it is common in SOG close combat, we always try to use what we have at hand in our environment. As we have previously seen with a briefcase, now we will use a glass. I'm on the street, in a bar having a drink. A glass is an excellent weapon. I am here and I see an attacker. My movement is similar to the thrust in fencing. I move forward to reach him this way. If I hadn't a glass, I could hit him with the base of the palm of my hand. It's the same concept. Zoom, kick, kick, kick to the knee, and when another attacker appears, I throw the glass to him and I run away. Let's repeat it faster. We will show you a technique we call the X. He attacks with a stick. I evade, and now I come to attack. Don't forget something essential for any good practitioner of SOG. This is the attitude. We must keep a strong, aggressive attitude, so that any defense becomes an attack. Don't forget it. He attacks me and I raise my guard. I evade and I go faster. He is at a dead time, preparing for his second blow. It is then when I come. If I do it later, he will hit me. He can break my arm, my face, take me down to the ground, and then I'll be lost. His blow reaches me. I am on guard and I evade backwards. I come and kneel down. Don't seek always the genitals or the ribs, especially if the opponent is tall. You can beat on the thighs, tries. If another attacker comes, you will take the first one down pressing under his nose, and you prepare for combat. If I have to back up, as a good student of SOG will do, I use it. Otherwise, I prepare myself to fight. Let's repeat it faster. We'll see now the case of a threat with a sharp weapon, in this case a knife. but it will be a glass or a broken bottle. We are threatened with a weapon on our throat. The area of the carotid artery is extremely dangerous. He threats me. Whenever I get grabbed, I have to grab. I grab his arm and I push toward me, while I hit his face. Knee blow, kick to the knee, and I hit his arm. I don't make any complicated torsion. If he is sweating, trying to make a lock here will be complicated. His arm can slip. In SOG, we don't have much locks. We just perform them on the biggest joints. Let's see it slowly. Protect your genitals. Even if you have a weapon, he can always hit you down. We cover ourselves. We grab, pulling toward us. Hit on the face. Knee blow. Kick to the knee and blow to the joint of his arm. And I prepare to face the next attacker. Let's repeat it faster. Let's see one detail. You may think that when I hit his arm, he could cut my chest. Okay, but you must know that when facing a real threat with a knife, there is always the possibility of receiving any cut that can hurt you. As with firearms, we must accept this possibility. It is rare to finish a confrontation of this kind unscathed. Second type of threat with knife, this time at one side of the throat. Logically, here I can't do this because I will get cut. We must always move the knife away toward the side opposite to the attack. We cover ourselves and we grab him with one or two hands. I put his arm away and at the same time I hit him with my knee or I kick his kneecap to get him to the ground. I hit his arm and I press to take him down. I fall on his back, hitting with my knee. I get my knife back and I defend myself. Let's see it faster. Still with the knife, we will now see the direct attack, where we can't use anything to protect us. It is no longer a threat, but an attack. I must react quickly. He thrusts at me and I block, as usual, with the hard part of my arm against his soft part. I hit simultaneously, kick to genitals, to the knee, I hit his arm hand, and I push him to be able to face the next attacker. Let's repeat it slowly. 1, twist my hips, 2, 3, 4. Now at real speed. Second variant against the same attack. Instead of blocking this way, we will make this double block so that he can't cut us again. We will throw a punch, despite the fact that in SOG we always use the blows with the palm, with the base of the palm of the hand. We can hit with the fist if we move it this way, to hit with the first two knuckles. We hit the chin or the temple. The targets are the ear, the temple, or the jaw. The movement is this. This is the biomechanics of our body. Double control, chilling kick, knee blow, I push, and I defend myself from the next threat. Let's see it quickly. We now start the defenses against a gun or revolver. Here in Europe, this is something less common, but unfortunately everything arrives. So far we have always seen slowly for a good learning. Now we will go a level up and the enemy will attack with fury, with the intention to really make us harm. I am here and he comes enraged. Avoid to be corrupted by his fury, because he will enter into a tunnel effect and our defense will be more difficult. You must breathe well. Nose, mouth. I give 2 steps back, not more. If he pushes me, 1 and 2. I have time to think. Don't you ever look at his eyes. He could guess your intentions. Don't look the weapon either. It will be too obvious. We look at the level of his chest. We repeat it. 1, 2, I grab his wrist and not the weapon because he could shoot. In this situation, he has an advantage. We always try to grab his wrist. That is why we must properly work the physical aspect with push-ups and bar exercises. Again, 1, 2, the feet firmly supported on the ground. Triangulation, blow to the face and knee blow. If the weapon is on this side, I recover like this with the help of my hip. I disarm him and I come back to hit him with the butt. I move far to control the situation. We have seen the defense against frontal threats. Now it will be a threat with a gun in the back. An exit to be ready for a second attack. In SOG, we always think in 3 dimensions. The enemy is never alone. In this case, they are 2, but they could be 3 or more. I come out of the car and I feel something in my back. I don't know yet what it is. I must check what it is. If I don't look before acting and I quickly face the threat, when I turn he will shoot me. Always identify the attack. I raise my hands because he is a threat. I look over my shoulder and I see he is right-handed. I turn towards that side. I press under his nose, knee blow in his kidneys, and I am prepared to face the next attacker. Of course, I depend on the distance. I will use a kick to come and hit or enter his attack, but never like this through the center. We enter triangulating and hitting. Let's do it faster. Imagine that we are at our home in the afternoon, after work. You should know that if you have a firearm, in certain countries you are allowed to use it at your home. It is the case in Italy, for example, or in Argentina. I'm at home, I hear noises and I discover an intruder who shouldn't be there. Instead of shooting him, I will try to subdue him and call the police. I carry my gun, and I always keep the peripheral vision in case he is not alone. I stand at 45 degrees. To the ground. To the ground. Raise your hands. Bend and raise your legs. Well, hands on the back. In this position, the intruder will be tired. I keep the peripheral control, and I see he isn't hiding anything in the belly. If he tries something, I will be able to anticipate. Now a technique I teach to bodyguards. The SOG is taught to civilians, policemen, soldiers and bodyguards. It is a technique called helmet, and it is not lethal. Let's assume that the VIP has moved away a bit from me and we are separated by a third person, who is a threat. We are surrounded by people and I just can't get there and beat him. The law doesn't allow it. I will approach and I will do a simple elimination, called the helmet. Then I evacuate the VIP from the scenario. I come from behind. If he is taller than me, I throw a tail-in kick to bend his leg, while beating his ears with my hollow hands. I pull back under his nose, and I make the technique of beep evacuation, always watching the threat. We are going to repeat it faster. To end this section of the study on the mat, later we will repeat the techniques in a more realistic way in the street. Now we will see a technique against two opponents. Today we have done all the work in 3 dimensions, when the enemy is not alone. It is very important to work in this way whatever your style. We have 2 attackers approaching. Rather than waiting for a possible attack, I will anticipate and it will be me who attack, using the so-called shield technique. It is very effective in the security field. In this situation, I will hit the one who is closer. I pretend to be confused. I advance watching his hands and I hit with my forearm. Double knee blow. I grab his neck, I turn and I use his body as a shield. I could kick his leg to take him down. pushing him against his partner and running away. We must always run away the combat area. Let's repeat it faster.
Hey! Ah! va fermo! Va fermo!
Ça va?
I'm Gerardo Burki, SOG instructor in Florence. I have found in SOG everything I was looking for: explosiveness, speed, and effectiveness. All this, which I haven't found in other martial arts I have been practicing for many years, brought me to know SOG. I have practiced Jeet Kune Do for many years, but unlike SOG, it required a lot of techniques and a lot of training to achieve a lower efficiency. In less time, SOG can get a person to be able to defend himself and his environment. That is why I was interested in SOG, in Olivier and what he teaches. This allows me to teach my students to defend themselves in the street if the situation happens. There are not too many techniques, and it is an excellent preparation at a mental level to deal with situations of this kind, so that everything they have learned will be useful for anything that can happen to them on the street. This is what is important in SOG. I think it's really the only system capable of teaching a person to defend himself against any kind of attack and attacker. Hi, I am Enzo Lupo, head instructor in Savigliano, province of Cuneo. I have practiced Shotokan Karate for more than 20 years, which has brought me a great balance, coordination, confidence, and many other internal aspects. Over time, I realized that, like most East martial arts, I lacked effectiveness in real self-defense, in the context of present times. They are arts developed in the East, with other behavior codes, rules and respect, which are not applicable in the streets of a modern city. The aggressor doesn't respect any rules, and the aggression is brutal. The situation is chaotic. On the contrary, SOG, in a very short time, gets us ready to face any real attack, whatever the type, and in particular, we are prepared at a mental level. The time required with SOG to learn how to defend yourself effectively is very short. This is what I have found in SOG. The immediacy of the reactions, the aggressiveness that is developed in practice, and the immediate effectiveness of any technique in any context, in any situation. Thank you. We have already arrived at the end of this DVD. It has been a pleasure for me and for my colleagues, in this case the Squadra Azzurra, from Italy. I'd like to make one thing clear before concluding. Unfortunately, although the internet allows us to communicate at a global level, I have seen that some people write certain kinds of comments in forums. What I dislike most is that they are individuals who hide behind a pseudonym. They are write anything, especially after having been my own students. Instead of writing nonsense and hiding behind an alias, come and practice. Maybe I am a bit far in Argentina, but you've got delegations in France, in Paris and other cities, or in Italy, and in Belgium. Instead of writing baseless, Come, practice, and then you will be able to talk. Once again, thank you.
Je remercie M. Enzo
I thank Mr. Enzo Lupo from Savigliano and Mr. Gerardo Burchi from Florence, Italy. See you soon, and thank you.
Aiutare anche!